Howdo, and welcome to Let's Stream Metroid Zero Mission. This was the very first Metroid game I ever played. Not the first Metroidvania I've ever played. That was actually a Kirby game. But this was the first game in the Metroid series that I actually managed to get my hands on. This was released in 2004 for the Game Boy Advance and is a remake of the original Metroid on the NES. As a matter of fact, one of the unlockables you can find in the game is actually an emulated version of the original. I already have that unlocked because, as you can see, I have an easy mode file here with the screw attack symbol next to Chozodia. That means this is a game clear file. Much like with Dark Cloud 2, I'm actually going to be playing this on New Game Plus for the Let's Play. So we're going to make a new one here. So what this does is this keeps track of which difficulties you've played on. I played on easy for my practice run because there are some differences in controls between the native hardware and an emulator. The big thing is, excuse me, the big control difference is that there's a very slight input delay when playing on an emulator, which makes some of the tighter maneuvers more difficult to do. To the point where I can't get some items and traverse some puzzles immediately when I normally would be able to, just because I can't react as snappily as the game would allow, or the game expects, because the emulator does not allow me to. But anyway, so we're going to start on normal. This will be a 100% item collection run. I have a fairly decent memory of where most everything is, but I do have a map handy just in case my memory fails me. But that shouldn't be a big issue. Okay, so I'm going to take a moment here to go over some basic controls. Assuming you are playing this on native hardware, I'm playing this on an emulator with an Xbox 360 controller. So I will be making some analogies in that respect, but if you're playing this on native hardware, you use the D-pad to move around. I actually have this bound to both the D-pad and the control stick. It helps. If you press up, you'll aim up. If you press down, you'll crouch. Crouching helps you hit things one tile below you, if they're on level ground with you anyway. You press A to jump, press B to shoot. If you press L, you'll angle your arm cannon either up or down. Select does nothing at the moment. R does nothing at the moment. And Start opens the menu, which from here we can see the map. And if we press R, we can go to our status, which allows us to see what items we've picked up, what our current energy level is, and so on. So you may notice on the map screen on the left side, you will see a bunch of indicators as well as a timer on the bottom. That is one of the major bonuses to playing on New Game Plus. You can actually track how many items are in each zone of the world, so that way it makes it easier to hunt down the items for 100% completion. And if you're a speedrunner, this helps you keep track of your time. This will not be a speed run. I am going to go for 100% items, but there is no way I'm going to be getting this done in under 2 hours. So that's usually the upper limit for the best ending in Metroid games. As far as other sort of minutia controls, if you press A, you'll do straight up. If you move while jumping, or like move then jump, you'll do a somersault. There is a very distinct difference between the two, and the straight jump's better for more precise platforming, whereas the somersault's better for distance. And you actually can cancel out of a somersault into a straight jump if you press any direction. I think it's either up or down while somersaulting. You'll immediately stop and drop, and if you are in the middle of a straight jump, if you hit jump again, you'll go into a somersault. Come on. That's a zoomer. Little spiky dude. But yeah, you'll notice when we came over here, we climbed over, we can't get back out because we can't crawl into that hole. A staple of the Metroidvania genre, and of Metroid in general, is finding power-ups just kind of scattered everywhere. And they always give you the most critical ones first. In this instance, Morph Ball. Double tap down to take ball form and gain access to narrow passageways. So what this will do is this will reduce Samus's hitbox to a single space high. You can squeeze through narrow passages like that. Now, something I do have on my emulator settings, because I have played AM2R in the past, and AM2R has a quick ball button, I have bound the down key not only to down and the control stick, but also the Y button. So that way, if I need to, I can quick morph. To get out of ball form, you can press up to get into a crouch position. And something interesting from a crouch position is you can jump while crouching. So you don't have to stand upright to jump. There are some platforming sections for optional stuff that do require you to do that. But as I said, as I'm playing on non-native hardware, there's a very slight delay that prevents me from doing that. So it's not quite as snappy. And now that we have Morph Ball, not only can we squeeze through there, we can activate this thing, a Chozo statue. Now, as far as like the map goes, because this is a remake of the original Metroid, the map is pretty faithful. It's got some extra little areas on it to accommodate for items that were placed in here as a retrofit that weren't in the original, as well as to give you more secrets to find. Other differences is that there are save rooms. There's one to my right. You can save in those rooms only, because this was released on a handheld, so save points are fairly common. Let's see, these doors, you'll notice these doors have a blue hatch. If you shoot them, you'll just open them right up. There are different colored hatches that open up in different ways. Generally speaking, I'm not going to be saving unless I've made some sort of significant progress, like picking up a power-up or something. So I will also be going over advanced techniques when necessary. Right now, it won't be. So, let's see, what else can I talk about? Enemies. These little spiky dudes are called zoomers, or I've heard some people call them gamers. All they do is just kind of walk on surfaces like that. They don't directly go for you. All they do is contact damage. You may have noticed, yeah, that brown beetle thing, that's called a ripper. No matter what you do, you cannot kill them at this point. There is a very specific power-up that can, but that's endgame. So something that Metroid is known for besides speedrunning is sequence breaks. You can break the intended path and explore at your leisure. So like right here, what we're supposed to do, our beam can't go that far, and we have no means of attacking in ball form, so we can't get through here. What we're supposed to do is we're supposed to go up and grab that item, which will let us get through. However, there's a side path right here that if you are so inclined, you can go this way in order to get to that door anyway. And I do believe once you destroy these, they stay gone. But I'm going to, for the most part, go the intended path. I'm not going to go 100% the intended path because I do know some shortcuts, and I will be taking said shortcuts. But for the most part, I'm going to be following it as the game intended me to. Long beam. Fire long-distance shots with this beam. Press L and B to fire diagonally. Yes, I covered that. So not only does this increase our range, this increases our damage. I'm a shortcut kind of guy. How you doing, Abstract? Nice to see you. So, you may have noticed early on that first Chozo statue I interacted with that showed me where this was. I couldn't get past it. It was blocking a passageway. So, I had to go in there. Later Chozo statues that tell you where things are can be avoided, but I think it's like the first 3 or so you have to activate them. Which is important because those first 3 give you the really critical stuff. Like for traversal and whatnot. Okay, so I'm going to attempt an advanced technique in here because there's a monster that comes down from the ceiling on top of that platform. There we go. That was a wall jump. Now, wall jumping is a bit finicky, even on native hardware. What you have to do is you have to somersault into a wall, and while you're still somersaulting into it, while moving towards the wall, quickly change direction. Egyptian inspiration. The Chozo did, yes. But while you're somersaulting into the wall, quickly change direction and jump away from it. It's pretty tight. And one of the main reasons why I'm not going to be doing as many advanced things as I normally would is because, as you can see, well, you probably can't hear me trying to do the inputs, but I am doing the input correctly, and it's being really finicky as to whether or not it wants to work. So, yeah. I will wall jump occasionally, but not as much as I usually do. Now, this guy, you can't avoid if you decide to go this way. I do believe if you use the sequence break from earlier to go through without grabbing the long beam, you can avoid this guy, but you will need the long beam eventually. Okay, Ripper. Also, something I'd like to point out, you may notice there's a little green thing there. That tunnel we went through to come out through the bottom, regular areas on the map that are going to be shown on map data when we eventually find a map room, those are in blue. Hidden areas that are off the map are shown in green. Usually those are like side paths, or sometimes you can find secrets in there. Something else to note, you may notice the circle and the dot down there. The circle indicates that somewhere on that screen there is an item you can pick up. A dot indicates that you have already picked up the item, go look elsewhere. Did the original have a map? Not in the game. We're talking NES. If you wanted a map, you either had to have a friend who already made one, or what was it? Yeah, you either had to have a friend that already drew one, or draw one yourself, or subscribe to Nintendo Power. Nintendo Power had a map in there. But, here, this one has an auto map because Super Metroid did it. Zero Mission takes a lot of cues from Super Metroid, which is not a bad thing. Super Metroid's considered a classic for a reason. Earliest games require maps like this. Yeah? Alright, and here we get our first alternate weapon, a missile. Press R and B to fire. Opens red hatches. So now that we have the missiles, if we press R, we swap to missile mode. And if we fire... You got lost in Golden Axe for the sake that you had problems. Oh yeah, I believe so. I've never played it, but I believe you. But missiles do more damage on average than the beam will, and even when the beam gets powerful enough to surpass the missiles in pure damage numbers, there are sometimes enemies that are just outright immune to beams. For the most part, this includes bosses. Bosses cannot be hurt with the beam at all, so you need missiles for them. Alright, let's deal with this guy, the charge... I'm gonna miss him now. You have to be really quick on the draw, and I don't think I'm gonna get him. Because you have to hit him in the eye with 3 missiles, and he only gives you 3 hits. So missing that first one means I'm gonna have to fight him later. Yeah, he's retreating. Okay, we'll find him later. That's not a huge deal. He guards an optional item anyway. Though if you are planning on doing a speed run of the game, you really want to try and kill him on the first go-around, because, as you notice, he completely blocks your path, and he takes forever to go away. So, really does kind of eat into your time. Now, I did pick up missiles. I'm not going to save for every missile I find, but considering this was a major power-up because it gave us the jingle, I'll go ahead and save. There are, of course, missile tanks hidden all over. That's one of the major, like, hidden collectibles is missile expansions. Now, we could go up, but we need to shoot this. Now, a key difference between this version, or this game, and the original Metroid, in the original Metroid, red hatches required 5 missiles to open. No more, no less. In this game, they only require 1. What's that bug? I believe they're just called parasites. They're more of a stage hazard than an enemy. Okay, so this room contains our first missile expansion and our first secret. Okay, these guys. Yeah, good luck trying to destroy these things without the long beam. Okay, now if I left the room now, these little bugs would come back and rebuild their nests. If you destroy all the nests, they'll stay gone for good. What the game doesn't tell you is there's a hidden passage over here. And this is where the third and final nest is. You destroy this, these bugs will never come back. And for our trouble, we get a missile tank, which will increase our missile capacity by 5. I don't remember the exact cap. It's like 250 or 255, something like that. Oh, I missed that jump pretty badly. Okay, and we know that shaking, the charge beam beast is here, and we get another missile tank. Missile tanks are hidden all over. Alright, you. You're not slithering away from me this time. Oh, never mind, he is. I spoke too soon. I didn't expect him to do that. Oh. You fool! Yep. And for defeating him, we get the charge beam. On normal, I will very rarely use this. The charge beam, hold B to charge, release to fire, charge attack, jump with a full charge. So the charge beam lets you press and hold the attack button to charge your beam up to do extra damage. The main use for the charge beam is, I mentioned earlier that bosses are immune to the beam. The exception to that is if you hit them with a charge shot. If you hit a boss with a charge shot, it does the same damage as a normal missile. So if you are out of missiles in the middle of a boss fight, you're not completely screwed if you have the charge beam. As for the charge attack is better known as the pseudo-screw attack. So if I charge up and I jump, you see Samus is kind of glowing orange. If I collide with an enemy while doing that, it'll consume the charge and do damage to the enemy. And here we have a map station. Each area has one of these, and they will show you all of the blue areas in gray. Now, much like with my Dark Cloud LPs, I'm going to be making an attempt to completely fill out the map because Metroidvanias are actually one of my favorite genres. I consider them basically 2D side-scrolling dungeon crawlers. That's a nice safety net. Yeah, the charge beam, it's really nice. For this game, it's mainly there for hard mode because hard mode really stunts how many missiles you get. Nothing we can do here, so let's go through. And you notice that block there. If we can't shoot, like if we shoot that, it does nothing. You shoot a missile at it, it won't do anything either. These, however, this is the second major traversal tool after the Morph Ball, the bombs. Press B in Morph Ball form to set. Now what these do is you can use them to attack while in Morph Ball mode, and they will also destroy bomb blocks. Now, if you are caught in the blast of it while in Morph Ball mode, you will not get hurt. Instead, you'll jump. This is called bomb jumping. And if you know how to do it, you can actually sequence break with bomb jumping by sequencing your bombs just right to slowly but surely ascend vertically. Okay, so I didn't mention this before with the wall hopping thing because I was busy talking about wall jumping. You'll notice this hatch is now gray and you heard kind of like a locking sound. Whenever that happens, single one of these games I hilariously made Samus in Smash Bros. I mean, hey. But anyway, gray hatches, whenever that happens, you have to kill every enemy in the room in order to disengage the lock. So now that we have bombs, we can actually destroy these, and we can kill these parasites. Now, the parasites are immune to your beam. You have to bomb them. Ah, there's one missing. So now you see the gate is flashing, it unlocked, we can jump through. And then if we come back, it'll be blue. Now, unfortunately, you do have to take some damage there. Where are you supposed to find them? That's wild. What, the parasites? They're bright pink, it's just, I lost track of one. So, they're small, okay? Alright. Yeah, no, I consider Metroidvanias basically 2D side-scrolling dungeon crawlers. And for anybody familiar with my Twitch channel, and my YouTube channel, of course, with both Dark Cloud Games, knows I love dungeon crawlers. So Metroidvanias were just a natural extension of that. Just the fact that you're supposed to see that block and figure out all of that. Well, here's the thing. Your main mode of identifying stuff and interacting with the world is shooting. And if you shoot a bomb block with your beam, it'll tell you, hey, this is a bomb block, bomb it. Okay, so with these parasites, if you get, I think it's 4 of them on you, you start taking damage. So I don't need to come down here. There's nothing of note down here. It's just another Chozo statue. But I want to come down here for map completion. Just fill the map out. Now you'll notice this one I can technically climb over. We can ignore this if we wanted to. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this points me in the direction of the ice beam. Yeah, that's heading down to Norfair. I didn't need the heal, but it gives us a direction to go at least. That's actually, that right there is actually a major complaint that a lot of fans have for Zero Mission, is that they consider it like very handholdy. Aside from the first couple of Chozo statues, you can avoid most of them. So, if you know where everything is, and understand the map layout, you can avoid most of the Chozo statues and not have to bother with them. I take a 2D to 3 at this point. That actually would be semi-interesting. But now that we have bombs, we can go down here. I think we could have just shot that to get the same effect, but we wouldn't be able to get this missile tank here. Oh, I missed. If you're very precise with it... Yeah, see, there's that input delay I was telling you about. There we go. If you're very precise with it, you can slide into holes. Yeah, this is not as difficult on native hardware. There we go. Come on, there we go. Yeah, you see these blocks that have like the cracks? Those are just regular destructible blocks. You can destroy them with anything. Also, this orange stuff on the floor, that is acid. If you step in that, you'll start taking damage over time. Okay, so we need to head down to Norfair. There's not much we can do right now. This is what I would say is the required path for now. You can't really sequence break too heavily until you get the ice beam. Once you have the ice beam, though, your options grow substantially. Oh, and here's the damage over time from the acid. Now, the reason we needed the bombs is so we could get through there. We wouldn't have been able to get through there without them. Because I do believe that's actually designed in such a way that you can't wall jump up there. Because liquid physics are a thing. You do move slower in any sort of liquids. Spent like 1 year streaming Dark Cloud 2 thinking it was just trash at speed up for remembering I was playing with input delay. 100% understand. Yeah, playing this on an emulator with the input delays, one of the main reasons why I'm probably not going to be getting a lot of items as easily as I could. I know there's one in particular I'm going to be skipping until the end game, just because I can't do what it wants to with the delay. It's too tight. On native hardware, I can do it with a few attempts, but it takes like 15 minutes, but I can do it. Okay, so now we're down here and we can't get back up. If we do some really precise wall jumping, we can, but chances are we'd probably just run into one of these rippers. So let's head this way. There's a save room here, and if we keep going, we can't jump that high, and I don't think you can wall jump off of that either if that's too high. Now, if I wanted to... Ah! See, that's a nice trick. They stop you from bomb jumping by making that a destroyable platform. So yeah, they really don't want you going this way without the intended item. Now, in Norfair, things are a bit more powerful. The charge beam will see some use here. to destroy these little pipe dudes and the flaming beamers. I don't know the names of every enemy. Okay, so I actually want to attempt some bomb jumping. I can get this missile tank early if I bomb jump. It's not 100% critical because we can get it later, like maybe within the next 5 minutes. But I want to go ahead and try bomb jumping up there. Now, despite how you're supposed to bomb jump, I've actually had better luck on this emulator compensating for the input delay just by spamming bombs and getting up there. Because normally you're supposed to time it kind of like this. But with the input delay, it's so finicky. Oh, there we go. I actually managed to do it without spamming. Nice. Missile tank got. But yeah, that's how you bomb jump. There's, I think, a grand total of 3 instances in the entire game where I actually make use of bomb jumping when I'm not sequence breaking. There are some sequence breaks you can do with bomb jumps, which I might show off later. Because this game's short enough, I can easily make an entire series through multiple playthroughs. So I will be going through this at least twice. So if you try going to the left, there's just a dead end, so you want to go this way. Okay, now here we have water. Water won't hurt you like acid will, but as you can see, I do move pretty slowly. Now we're coming down here. That's us a missile. I'll jump out of there. Now, there's a whole, like, platforming segment where you're supposed to destroy that wall. You can just wall jump off of that thing and get up here that way. Nice little shortcut. Okay, now we have these blocks here that we can't destroy. And a Chozo statue we weren't directed to. Well, it's a beam power-up, but we can't use it. Analysis inconclusive. Item incompatible with current suit. So, we can't shoot this new beam, but what having that lets us do is it lets us destroy these blocks in our way. Get ourselves a missile tank. I didn't want to do that, but that works. Secret wall right here. Go through here and we get our next major power-up. The Power Grip. Grab and hang from ledges and corners. This happens automatically, as you can see. Now you can actually angle your arm cannon while you're hanging on the walls, and there's no, like, stamina gauge or anything. Provided nothing hits you, you can spend as long as you want. Yeah, I can't chain more than 2 wall jumps. I used to be able, like on original hardware, I could actually wall jump all the way to the top as a sort of shortcut to skip 90% of this, but with the input delay and how finicky wall jumping is, I'm just going to have to make do with this, which is also one of the main reasons why this isn't a speedrun, besides the fact that I don't speedrun. Now, what the Power Grip also lets you do is it lets you do a rudimentary form of wall jump. Because if you grab onto a ledge, you can jump right off. And we score! Sick ending jump. I always try to do that. Okay, we got some rippers in here. But now that we have the Power Grip, we don't need to wall jump to get up to these really awkward ledges. We can just climb up them if we can reach. Now, the wall jump will still be a useful technique, but it's never required for anything. Well, it's required for a few puzzles if you want to do them early, but it's not strictly required. Just a nice little optional thing that lets you sequence break. Nope. if we go this way... Now, that stuff down there, that's not acid, that's lava. And it does the exact same thing that acid does, but it does more damage. And we sidetrack ourselves for a missile tank. Not bad. We started with 5 not too long ago, and we're already almost 10 times that, so... Yeah, missile tanks are very common. Now, the power grip is what lets you get back through here, but you can bomb jump up here. It's really tricky, but you can do it. And the power grip is how you're supposed to get that missile tank. Just jump up, grab it, you're good to go. Now, for these things in the pipes, I'll just go ahead and show this. If you kill them and they drop something, they won't respawn until the item is either picked up or disappears. As far as item drops go, you may notice those purple circles. A small one of those will give you 5 health back. You can see my health up there in the top left. I have 99 energy, and then that pink square there is another 100 energy. That is an energy tank. Like most HP gauges, if that hits 0, you die. And then you can see my missile count, but that should be pretty obvious. That wasn't needed, so we're good. Nice little shortcut here. Just shoot that out, climb up. Okay. Good luck getting through here without the power grip or the high jump. Because of all that lava down there, there is no way you'll be able to bomb jump through that. Now, they lock us in here with a green door, so we can't go out that way. However, we now have the ice beam. So I glossed over that, but what this does is not only does it increase the damage we do to enemies, it will also freeze them solid and turn them blue. You can use frozen enemies like platforms. And there are quite a few vertical sections in the game where the game will expect you to do that. Got a new power-up, so might as well go ahead and save. Like here, for instance. Now, if I wanted to, I could freeze all of these guys and just wall jump up the right wall and get out that way. But that's how you're supposed to do it. Now, what's important to note is that while there are some enemies that are immune to damage, like these guys and the Rippers, you can't damage them, but you can freeze them. Now, if you wanted to, if you're doing a speed run, the animation of the Chozo statue showing you what's next, that does take up time from your speedrun count. So if you want to dodge this thing, you can bomb jump over it. There's a very tiny gap up there that doesn't look like you can fit through, but you can. So now here we're going towards another new area, Kraid, and that big room there indicates a boss room. That's fine. I only really need that middle one, so yeah. Okay, now I want to get this guy basically right there and grab this missile that's just hanging out here in the wall. Okay, now right here is the beginning of where you can do some pretty major sequence breaks. I will probably show that in the next playthrough. And you have to do that now. If you go back there later, that Ripper won't be there. And that Ripper is very important for that sequence break. And now we can actually get some other goodies if we release this guy. Oh, hang on. Okay, wait for that to come back, and I'll place the bomb right on it. Shoot him at his apex, climb up, and we got ourselves a missile tank. Yeah, with the increased damage from the ice beam, we no longer need to use charge shots to deal with most of the things in here. And naturally, freezing enemies is really good crowd control, which stops them from doing much of anything. Already saved after getting the ice beam, so no need to save here. So basically, the whole first part of this game is going to be a lot of bouncing between Brinstar, Norfair, and other sort of like connected areas. As we go back and forth trying to get the power-ups and find the bosses and do all that stuff. I overshot that for a second. Ah. So now that we have the ice beam, I'm actually going to show you guys some shortcuts. Let's see, I don't think I can use the shortcut from this side, but there is a shortcut up above that we can use to go from here to the other sort of vertical shaft over here and get a missile tank out of the deal. So let's go this way. Oh, something else you can do with the parasites regarding the charge shot. I didn't mention this because I completely forgot. If you happen to have one of these guys on you and you have a full charge, if you morph ball mode with a charge, you lose the charge, but it knocks the parasite off. It's not guaranteed, but it does knock them off most of the time. Okay, that Ripper is in a really bad spot. There we go. Hold on. Now, I am going to have to wall jump to get to this. There we go. Squeeze through here, get another missile tank. Bomb that, go on through, and this will drop us off right over here. Now there's another secret I can get here that's on a little side path that involves freezing a Ripper, specifically this guy. Because if we go on top of him, climb up here, these guys when they become a nuisance. By the way, these blocks here that I'm standing on are called crumble blocks. Guess what they do? This? Oh yeah, the drops. Enemies can drop health, which is the purple stuff. Small one gives you 5, large one gives you 50. Or not 50, 20. Sorry, I was thinking my missile count there. We can't get that other item yet. We'll have to come back for that later. But the missile drops from enemies will give you 2 missiles each. So I want to get rid of these guys. Now, the item in this room is right here in the ceiling. This is time number 2, where I'll actually bomb jump to try and get the item prematurely, because I want that energy tank. We're technically not supposed to get this until we either have an item from Kraid, or we have another item that we could have sequence broken to get to, combined with the ice beam. So bomb jumping's the way to go if you want to get this early. Alright, time for mass spamming bombs. See if this can get me up high enough. It amazes me how much that works. Because that never works if you play this on a Game Boy. Never works. On all these. Alright. See that face? We're going the right way. So let's head down to Kraid. Power of spam is surprising. Indeed. Okay, I'm looking that up. Now, all the save points have been pretty innocuous so far. They've been more or less just dead-end rooms with a little save capsule in it. You save, you leave. However, this save point has a secret passage in it. Yoink. You go through there, get a missile tank. I don't think this leads anywhere useful, or maybe if I'm thinking I might be thinking the other one. No, this leads to a missile tank and a little bit of further progress. Okay, so the enemies here will take a bit more damage, or a bit, yeah, they'll take a bit more damage to kill, but the ice beam will freeze them in place, so that kind of stops them from being too big of a threat, as long as you don't run into them. Very few enemies actually have projectiles. Okay, so we want to avoid or ignore those crabs, go down here, and Nintendo loves doing these things called antipieces. This is the antipiece for these things. These are morph ball launchers. Charge them up with a bomb, and they send you flying. There we go. Now we can avoid this whole rigmarole here. This is supposed to teach you about, like, ledge jumping, but you can just wall jump up this narrow shaft. Just avoid that completely. Missed it. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. No missiles? That's okay. Alright, now we've seen these red buttons and these things, these little tracks. We go inside here, we power them up. Shoot the button, summons one of these things. And we get an energy tank for our trouble, too. I'm sure you could probably wall jump over that, but nothing critical here. And the thing in here is not really a threat. A lot of acid down here. Hello, acid worm. Now, the strategy for this guy is you want to make use of the little track thing up there. You want to stay on the bottom two blocks, because that will cause him to get stuck in the upper blocks. And basically just use the little track thing to dodge him. He'll sometimes make the acid rise, but it's far from the most threatening thing he can do. Like, honestly, the most dangerous thing he does is pull you in. If he hits you, he pulls you into the acid, and you take all that damage trying to get out. Now, there is actually a secret down here. Shoot this. Now, for this, we don't want to kill every single one of these. We want to freeze one of them to use as a platform to get up here. Now, something to take note of is whenever you see one of those messages, whenever you pick up an item, like missile tank acquired, in-game time still technically passes for, like, effects, like freezing. Enemies can fall out while you're standing on them if you happen to grab an item on top of a frozen enemy. Alright, so we need to start backtracking now. We need to head this way. Now, if I'm not mistaken, in the original Metroid, it's either this area or the area opposite it on the other side were completely pointless. There was nothing up here. No power-ups or anything. So it's nice that they gave this area a use. Just a combo block to get through. I did kill a boss. That's worth saving for. You never know, I might screw up horribly and die and have to fight that thing all over again and lose a whole bunch of progress. Okay. I do believe this room is technically a dead end. We can't do anything in here yet. Yeah, we can't do anything in here yet. So, yeah, just remember that for later. Wasted an hour and a half today due to a mistake. It happens. Yep. That's why you save. Save early, save often. Granted, this game's easy enough that I don't feel the need to save at a save point every time I pass one. Oh, okay. These guys just spam with missiles. Woo! They do a lot of contact damage. You do not want them touching you. Okay, I actually want to lure this guy all the way over here. Whew. I'm pretty sure beams can hurt them, it just doesn't do enough damage before they're on top of you. Did that for a missile tank, that was worthwhile. Now if you bomb this acid is fake. Getting out of here is a real chore. It's either going to require a lot of bomb jumping or a lot of wall jumping. Either way, not going to be a fun time. Now, if you want forward progress, you want to bomb that, but I want to go over here first, because there might be some more secrets around. Case in point, there's one right there. Now, this one's going to be concerning creative use of the ice beam and creative use of these. Okay, unfortunately, I can only freeze one enemy at a time when they're over the same space like that, but... Oh, got one! Yep. You can kill Rippers by using these things. So it's important we try and get rid of them. Now, I think, actually, we can just do this, because they can't hit us up here. And we use this to get our missile. You can dislodge from these, by the way, by jumping. So, even if you're in ball form and can't jump, you can still press the jump button to get off of them. Okay. So, we can bomb up here, but you'll notice that that's a missile block. This block above me is also a missile block. Now, unfortunately, we have to bomb jump to get across this, and those are bomb block pillars, so no going back that way unless you leave the room and come back. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is the map room. Or at least going towards it. No, map room might be somewhere else. Ah, I think the map room's in there. Either that or this is a save point. Yep, here's the map room. Alright, let's see what we got here. Yep, we've mapped out most of the main area of Parade. See, according to this, we found most of the secrets, too. Now, I do know there's at least a couple of secrets we will have to come back here for later. I could use the missiles. Shame, that was mostly energy. And as you notice with that crab, sufficiently heavy impacts will knock enemies off of walls and such. So, just something to be aware of. Oh wait, we can't climb that because those are crumble blocks. So this puzzle bamboozled me a bunch when I was a kid. Because I was thinking I'd shoot that thing, somehow climb up, and then grab that, not even thinking to just use a bomb and hit it through the floor. Unfortunately, since this is a Game Boy Advance game, the screen resolution is pretty small, so accidentally jumping into stuff that is just barely off screen is a fairly common occurrence. Now, that's a dead end. I don't think there's anything useful down there. Let's see, and then we can use this to backtrack to where we came from. Wall jumping! Yeah, you don't know how to wall jump, you gotta walk all the way back. Thankfully, that missile block stays gone. Most non-bomb blocks will stay gone once you destroy them. Actually, no, I think that's only for missile and certain other blocks. Okay. Now we actually want to head down here. Ah, another one of these. This is just a save room. Yeah, nothing special here. Speaking of missile blocks, go ahead and destroy those. Now that door leads to a dead end. We can't do anything in there. What we have to do, if I can hit it, there we go, is climb in this way because one of those is blocking it. And what's this? Another unknown item. Analysis inconclusive. Item incompatible with current suit. Another item we can't use, but more blocks we can destroy. But now that that's done, we can use those missile blocks as a shortcut and just jump up here. One of the rare times you'll actually see a bomb used for combat. Gotta be careful of these flying things. I forget if these guys here, the really grabby ones, that look like they're doing like grabby pinchy motions, I forget if those guys are called screes or the little drilling type things up above in Brinstar are screes. I forget. Like I said, I don't know the names of all the enemies. Okay, we got a save room here. I'm actually going to save here because I think this is the closest save room to Kraid, assuming you don't pass through one going to him. Well, I did pick up that unknown item, so I guess that's a good enough reason. Now, to actually get to Kraid, you want to go that way. Okay, this red dude, the red crabs, be careful when you kill them. You notice their eyeballs fall. Those eyeballs are shrapnel, and they will hurt you if they make contact. I don't think there's anything up here, but I'm going to take a look anyway. Yeah, this just leads back into the other side of that room, so nothing special here. I think that's supposed to be a way out, is what that's supposed to be. Come on, lay a bomb, Samus. There you go. Okay, now if I had been a little quicker on the draw, I could have destroyed both of those. Okay, yeah, there is no save room besides that one up there. I forget what this thing's called, but this is basically a boss door. You have to wait for it to open its eye, shoot it in the eye, there's a boss on the other side. Okay, this is the first of the major bosses. Kraid! Of the 4 major bosses, I'd say this guy is the third hardest. What you have to do is you have to hit him in the eye with either that big third eye he's got on his forehead. You have to hit that with either a missile or a charge shot. And then when he roars, because that hurts, yeah, naturally that hurts, so he's going to scream at you. You want to hit him in the mouth when it's open. As you can see, he does try slashing at you with his claws. He also throws fingernails, which you can destroy his fingernails for missile ammo and energy if you need it. All bosses will do that. Every boss has some sort of destructible projectile that you can use to get health back. Okay, so he's almost dead. Once he destroys that main platform there, you basically almost got him. Now, you want to be careful. These things are spiked, so... Ooh, got him. Yeah, on the hard, this guy is brutal. And we remember that statue. Thank you, Craig. Now, if I bomb this, that's a new kind of block. We've never seen that before. And this is what that Chozo statue wanted us to find. The Speed Booster. Run until speed boost begins to break certain blocks and damage enemies. So, Speed Booster, you just need to run horizontally as long as you can. Now, I'm showing off a trick here that you can do with Speed Booster. That right there was called a Shine Spark. That is an advanced technique. This game has such a horror vibe to it. Metroid was actually directly inspired by Ridley Scott's Alien, the Xenomorphs. Would have been far too scary for me as a kid. Oh, I can definitely believe it, especially the titular Metroids themselves. But that technique I just did there was an advanced technique called a Shine Spark, which you do need to do that for 100% completion. So what you do for a Shine Spark is when you've built up a speed boost, crouch. You'll store it, jump, and you'll fly in whatever direction you have the control pad pushed in, except for down. You can't Shine Spark downwards, but you can Shine Spark horizontally, diagonally, upwards, and straight up. And this will be needed. Now you can also use Shine Spark for shortcuts like this. Aha! Just skip that entire section with a Shine Spark. You killed Kraid, got the speed booster. I'd say that's worth saving over, or saving for. Now I think we can build up a speed boost in here. Shine Spark through that, not take any damage, or take very little. Now, if I'd actually done that a little bit better, I actually could have saved my Shine Spark on that ledge and dashed back through on the way back, but sadly I am not that good. Yeah, I tried to diagonally Shine Spark, but no luck. Yeah, you gotta be careful when you're trying to execute a Shine Spark. It only works if you try to do a straight jump while you're got the charge held. If you do a somersault, you'll jump just fine. But it can be a little bit finicky. Okay, here we want to get our missiles out. If those guys hit you, they will knock you off and send you down to that area below. And that leads back here. Let's see, so we can head back up to that room we were in earlier. The one that we couldn't do anything with. This room. Oh, whoops. Alright, let's build up a boost. Ah, damn input delay. Yeah, now I gotta do all this and jump through this crap. I hit the button when I was supposed to, but that input delay did it just long enough to where it was just like, I'm just gonna eat your input and make it so you faceplant right into acid. Oh, and you do it too early, that happens. Because this is surrounded by speed boost blocks. We want that. I don't think you can Shine Spark to that either. Actually, you know what? I've never tried. Let's try Shine Sparking to it and see if that works. I doubt it will, but you never know. It might. Ah, no. You get the speed boost too late, because by the time you actually get it, the enemies are on screen, and you might even be on the crumble blocks at that point. And yeah, Shine Sparking probably isn't viable for that, but that's how you get it. Let's see, we are missing a single missile tank, and I can tell you where that is. That is in this room over here, on the left, that little bit of gray. That's a big old, like, acid pit. That's where that last missile tank in this area is. We'll have to come back for that later. Hi, have you been? Been lurking for a bit, and this game looks cool. Hi there, newbie. How you doing? This is Metroid Zero Mission. This was released in 2004. Oh, and my wonderful boyfriend has finally managed to coax a certain Void Baby into coming inside. And where have you been hiding, huh? Alright. Oh, wise Chozo statue. Show me where I must go next. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is going to point me in the direction of the high jump boots. Which you can actually sequence break after getting the ice beam and get that before going to Kraid. Go down the elevator. Okay, now there's a shortcut to get up here. You could have done this initially when you first came down here, but it's just faster to do this on the way back up. Get a missile tank for your trouble, too. Technically speaking, you can bomb jump up here, but that requires you knowing that that's there. And also bomb jumping off screen, which isn't exactly feasible for a lot of people. Okay, so there's another shortcut we can take in this area to get to Norfair a little bit easier. If we go up here, right here there's a ledge that you can kind of climb through. You notice there's speed boost blocks there. You can get a missile tank. These guys. And that's a one-way trip. Pops us out right here. So we can avoid all that rigmarole with Upper Brimstar. Brinstar. Yeah, just avoid all that stuff and just come this way. Input delay! Alright, back down to Norfair we go. And now that we have the speed booster, we can do some fun stuff down here in Norfair. Like, that room over there. Can't tell the difference between lava and acid. Lava is bright red, almost orange. Acid is yellow. Shine spark over that. Go this way. Bada boom. This is how you get down here. Now, if we destroy all these... What the... Huh? I don't know why the game decided I needed to hold a charge there. I wasn't pressing and holding down the attack button. Okay, now, if we wanted to, we could bomb jump up there and get that missile tank, but let's go this way. Ah, yeah, there's more enemies in here. I played on easy for my practice run, and in general, there's less enemies. Enemies do less damage. And here's our high jump boots. Increases maximum jump height, adds morph ball jumping capability. Something else that does, that the game does not tell you, is with the ability to jump as a morph ball, you also get the ability to shine spark as a morph ball, which lets you shine spark into really narrow areas, which is actually very helpful. So now we can just straight up jump up here, grab this missile. Now, I believe if we go down here, this Chozo statue that's in this room over here, I do believe that, that's a dead end, I think. There's nothing in there. We want to go this way. This, I think, leads us to our next upgrade, which is the Varia suit, which, much like with the high jump boots, you can actually sequence break it and get the Varia suit before going to Kraid. Yeah, that's the Varia suit. $120 missiles, almost halfway to the missile cap. we've got a morph ball thing here, so whoosh! Just immediately head back this way. Actually, let's make this a little bit easier. Just speed boost right on through. No need to go through all that platform, we can just blitz right on through it. Now, were it possible for me to hold a Shine Spark long enough to actually get into this room, I could Shine Spark straight up and destroy those guys, but no reason to. Now, I'm actually going to be performing a bit of a sequence break here on the way to getting the, Varia suit, because... Let me actually see... Yeah, it's not that far out of the way. I just have to take a slight detour. But it's worthwhile because I can sequence break with it, so... And this is a very worthwhile sequence break, too. Yeah, Abstract, if you look, you can see the acid's kind of more of a yellow color. Okay. So what I want to do here... I'm going to have to do a very complicated ball spark. Barely enough room. Okay, I messed that up. Yeah, the lava does look more bubbly. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I want to open that door. This is one of the really tricky ones to do because it requires you chaining Shine Sparks. Whoosh! Go through here, and this is ours. You're not supposed to get this yet. Super missiles. Arm with select, fire with R plus B. Opens green hatches. Yeah, these open up green doors. Now, I don't know the specific mathematics for it in this game. I know in Super Metroid, a super missile was worth 5 missiles worth of damage. To compensate for their power, however, we get less of them per upgrade. And then we can just head this way to head on back. There we go. Now, we could have sequence broke up here by bomb jumping, which is how you were supposed to get the Varia suit early, if you can pull that off. Yep. That is one of the crucial sequence breaks. That particular sequence break, getting the super missiles early, actually allows you to fight the bosses out of order, which I will probably show in the second playthrough. Okay, so we want to freeze this guy. And to get to the Varia suit, we want to go up here. Get past the parasites, wait for those to come back. I think we can stand... here and be safe. Jump up here. Oh, nope. Straight jump. There we go. Frickin' waivers. Go this way. Now, this is an antipiece. This is showing us the purpose of the parasites. The parasites will destroy these little globule things. Morph ball jump. Morph ball jump. For them to do their thing. And here we get the Varia suit. Fun fact about this item, This item's name has been consistent in pretty much every Metroid game, and it originally started as a mistranslation. Most people know when translating from Japanese to English that L and R are basically interchangeable, so you'll get what's known as English, where sometimes L's and R's will be swapped. Something similar can happen with the letters B and V. The appropriate translation for this is barrier suit. But because of the mistranslation in the original NES version, it's called the Varia suit instead, and because it sounds all nice and sci-fi and cool, it's been called the Varia suit in every other game, and honestly, that's okay. Decreases damage taken from enemies, prevents damage from acid and heat. We haven't found any heated rooms yet because I've been consciously avoiding them because we can't do anything in there anyway. Well, now we can. But, the barrier is activated, our suit turns a nice orange. And I believe this reduces damage taken by 25%, makes us completely immune to the parasites, which will be needed for puzzles later, and we can freely walk around in the acid, not lava. Come down here, get ourselves an energy tank. I don't think I've shown it off because I haven't really been damaged when picking one up, or maybe I have and I just didn't notice. Picking up an energy tank will always fully heal you. I got the various suits, so we'll go ahead and save. Another missile tank just out in the open, thank you very much. Now I believe what you want to do is you want to bomb this. Don't hit it in the middle, you want to bomb it there. Old or odd gaffer? I believe my translation says odd. But I'm part of camp, I don't call him either way, I just call him gaffer. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get that map clearance. The Metroid games themselves don't really care about your map completion, they care about your item collection and your speed. But as a force of habit from all the dungeon crawlers I've played, I will always try and 100% clear the map. Yep, that's how you are supposed to get past that, because this Chozo statue is blocking the way through the door. Now this sends us towards, I believe, the Wave Beam, because that's in Lower Norfair. Now from here is where things start really getting interesting. We'll start getting a wider variety of power-ups, and start seeing new enemies to close the power gap. This takes us back in this room where we found I believe that was the bombs. Back down to Norfair we go. Lots of back and forth. Now again, keep in mind, while I'm going through here, I'm not supposed to have that super missile. Now while we're here, I believe I want to shoot myself up. Oh, low ceiling. I guess I couldn't do that. I'm going to take a bit of a detour. Technically, it's more efficient if I come back here later to get it, but I didn't go inside this door initially when we came by, because you'll notice this room is orange and has sort of like a heat haze effect. If I came in here with just the regular power suit, I'd be slowly taking damage from convection. For those of you who don't know what convection is the phenomenon of basically heat damage. Whenever you're close to something hot, the heat you feel off of it is convection. And say lava, for example. This is one of the main reasons why volcanoes are so dangerous to get anywhere near. Because what a lot of media fails to cover, in terms of like actually depicting lava and volcanoes, is they only depict touching the lava itself as dangerous. Whereas in the real world, getting anywhere close to lava, the sheer amount of heat coming off of it would cook you alive before you got anywhere even close to touching the physical object. So, what the Various suit is supposed to do is protect us from convection. Now, granted, not every room that has lava in it has that heat aura. So, here's another slight sequence break. You may have noticed there was that green door over here. Okay. If you've ever been to a legitimate bonfire, too, yeah, those things can get hot. Okay, I'm killing you because you're going to screw up my shine spark. Just cut right through there. Now, these are all bombable blocks, but if you jump and hit that corner, you don't destroy the floor. Get ourselves a super missile. I might as well go ahead and go down here to get the map clearance. Now, there are these seahorse things down here. You can also see lava does a lot more damage than acid does. Ouch. You know what? It might be easier if I bomb that thing, because I think that destroys the entire floor, or at least most of it. There we go. Okay, I got my map clearance, I got what I wanted, so let's get out of here. Remember the first time I was at a large fire and thought, wait, is that fire 60 feet away from me cooking the backs of my legs right now? Yep, that's how convection works. Now, the missile tank in the next screen is right there. Let me out. There we go. Unfortunately, taking a lava bath has done a number on our energy tanks, so we'll just need to pick up some energy capsules on the way. Oh, well, he's down there now. Yeah, these seahorse things are called dragons. They're one of the, I want to say 2 enemies that actually have projectiles, like regular enemies. And they are effectively Metroid's answer to Medusa heads. They exist solely to knock you off into lava pits. But yeah, since we had a super missile, we could get that super missile upgrade. p.1 the save. Yep. Now, something interesting about how energy tanks work is your energy hitting 0 does not cost you a tank, because the 0 counts as like the 100 digit. If it goes below 0 and rolls over into the next energy tank, then you lose the energy tank. Oh, there's a shortcut here, by the way, if you want to get back up. Missile blocks. You can just walk right here and get back up that way. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to head back up to where the high jump was. Wrong door. Yeah, actually, I should have taken that shortcut with the missiles. Hold on. Slippery controls! There we go. Okay, inch, 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 jump, jump, missile, missile. Get rid of that guy. Are you kidding me? What? Ugh. I'm getting my facts mixed up and it's annoying me. I shouldn't have come this way at all. Wall jump, stop being finicky. Oh my god. There we go. Let's go through here. You guys may have noticed this little tunnel back here. This leads to a superheated room. And this would have stopped us from going any further through Norfair without the Varia suit. I technically can wall jump up here. There we go. Okay, now this is a speed booster puzzle up here. There's a bunch of bugs I want to make sure I kill. Out of here, you little pests. That's all those blocks cleared. We just need to shoot this and do a speed boost run. There we go. I think there might be a second one. No, we're good. Yeah, sure, I haven't saved in a while. Okay, so there's actually another sequence break in here that I'm going to want to do. I want to bomb right there. And it's not this green door. It's actually that room right over here. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I can loop back this way, but... Okay. Kill this guy. Kill him. Basically, kill all the things like on the ceiling and the floor. Just to make sure they don't get in your way. So, make this guy pop out. Yeah, kill him, pick that up, kill this guy, then from here, if you shine spark, I think it's right here. No? Wrong spot? Or is it... I think it's right here. Yeah, it's right there. Okay, I was one spot over. I'm always one spot over. But you can sequence break right there to get a power-up early, which I'm actually going to do because it's really handy. I was hoping the speed boost would have activated before, but... Ah, too late, broke that thing. That's supposed to be your indicator that you can actually do something there. And up we go! Oh, come on! Ugh. Gotta love not being able to make precise movements when you've got sweaty hands and you're using a controller. Ugh. Right here. Straight up, and here we go. We're not supposed to be able to technically get here till later, but we can come here now, so I'm coming here now. Those of you who watched my Kirby Superstar Let's Play through the Great Cave Offensive should recognize what this is. The Screw Attack. Damage enemies while somersaulting. My hands could have ended the California droughts when I was doing that Kern Freaker speedrun. I believe it. Especially like when I'm streaming, my room gets really hot, even with the fan running. But yeah, with the Screw Attack, we can finally kill Rippers. By doing a somersault, you will coat yourself in electricity and kill most things on contact. You can also break screw attack blocks, which allows us to access some other shortcuts. But now that we have this, we can continue through here. Now, this does cause some platforming problems because you might accidentally screw attack into something you want to use as a platform. Thankfully, morph ball jumping solves that problem. I think this is the map room. Yep. So now we're back in here. We're on the other side of this room now. We already did the sequence break to get the screw attack, so we don't need to do anything with that. However, we can open this door and go this way. Killing you before you cause a problem. Ooh. And the nice thing about screw attack, too, is screw attack can destroy projectiles in the air. So you can kind of protect yourself from enemies shooting at you that way. Right, in here, there's a fake floor, and that lava is fake, too. Okay, now we actually want that bug. We want him alive. Little too slow. Ah, he's not close enough. Nope. Little too far. We need to get him a little bit closer. Just kill him, it'd be easier. That, too far. Not quite. I might be able to wall jump up there if I can get him into that spot again. That might work. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Got ourselves another super missile. Very nice. I probably could have gotten that first try if I could reliably wall jump, but sadly, on an emulator, I cannot do so. I'm actually about to aim downward and shoot his ass. Die! I'll take that. Super missiles are kind of considered rare drops. So, pick them up whenever you see them if you know you're down some. Now we can head up here. And actually go where we're supposed to be going. I'll go ahead and save since we did pick up the screw attack. I believe we need to go this way. Want that? Yeah, we want to go down here because this lava is fake. I thought there was some missile blocks there, but I guess I was mistaken. Now, that lava is real. Don't go down there. Alright, now this room, if you're playing the original Metroid, is probably one of the most dangerous platforming sections in the game, because you can get yourself permanently stuck. I think there's a fake floor here. Ah, yes. This, I believe, leads us to a secret. Yeah, that's not the wave beam. The wave beam's something else. Got a missile here, and there's another missile tank over here. Right here in the wall. Okay, so the nice thing about the screw attack is we can destroy these vines. Not these big ones, though. You gotta missile these. Takes 2 missiles or 1 super missile. A super missile's a waste. Just use 2 missiles on them. You've got more than enough. You'll never run out. And now this, I believe, is where the wave beam is. Another nice thing about the screw attack, it can one-shot these guys. Yep, here it is. Wave beam. This beam, which is made up of energy waves, can pass through solid objects. Indeed, you'll now notice our beam goes through walls. And that is all the beam upgrades. We have found every beam power-up in the game. We can't use one of them, but we found them all. Let's see. I think we're only missing a few things. We're missing 2 items, I think. And one of which we can't find till much later. So, yeah, we're doing pretty good. Considering 3-beam salad. Considering we started this only an hour and a half ago, we're already almost fully powered. Pretty short game if you know what you're doing. Actually, let me check something. Is my super missile cap 6 or 8? It's 6. Okay. Actually, let's check this. Only 1 energy tank. I know where that is. I know where some of the missiles are. Shine Spark boost, or not Shine Spark, but Speed Boost. Boom. And now you wouldn't be able to get through here without the wave beam, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to kill this thing. I don't think there is any way to kill that without the wave beam. Now, as you notice, these things are only susceptible on that glowing spot on their bottom half. Finally, after all this time, feel what you told me about Curse Breaker 6 months ago. The map really does feel smaller. It does. Now, this guy is kind of a bullfight. You can use your beams to push him back, or you can shoot missiles at him. Right, he's dead, and right above where he was, through a missile block, energy tank. Right, now we want to use this corridor to build up a speed boost, because we recognize where this is. Whoosh! Back in the bubble corridor. We're about to fight a boss, technically, so I will go ahead and save here. Those shells look like from Nausicaa. Shells. Ah! You mean like the little husks that the dudes leave behind, like these things? I've never seen Nausicaa of the Valley of the Winds. I know what it is. It was one of the heavy inspirations for a game on the NES called Crystallis. But that's about as much as I know about it. Okay, yeah, there's a boss in here. I don't want to use all of my super missiles. Well, actually, I can use all my super missiles. It's not going to matter. So, something interesting about this boss fight is this particular Ripper is immune to the screw attack. It also defrosts quicker. So this boss, I believe, is referred to as the Entangled Kirugiru. And once you free this thing, leave the room, that Ripper goes away. So we're out of we are out of super missiles. Valley of the Wind is brilliant, typed for your favorite animated movie with Princess Mononoke. Okay. Princess Mononoke. Sorry, I pronounced that wrong. Anyone who's played a Metroid game before recognizes that scream. Okay, so if we go this way, this is sort of like an exit. There's not really anything over here. And having just killed a boss, we can... we'll just leave it. But you'll notice, there's a green door, and I don't have any super missiles. I can't go through there. What's up here? More of those spirits, and... Hey! That Kirugiru is pupating. Well, nothing we can do, so let's go this way then. But it helpfully left a hole here that we can walk through. Oh. That thing pupated quick. Oh, and it has eggs. Say hello to Imago. Basically, you just want to follow behind it and fill its butt full of missiles. Transporting can kind of help here, just to get a position advantage. Oh. You gotta watch out for that stinger. Now, you don't want to hang out too close to the egg cluster because it'll do that. Sometimes I wrap myself in blankets till I overheat, then I awake hours later immersed in the blankets in hopes of a transformation. So anyway, this is where you're supposed to get your first super missile. The game expects you to come in here, fight Imago, get that super missile, and use that to get into Ridley. But if you know how to change ball sparks, you can get that super missile I found earlier and just completely avoid the Imago fight. But since this is a 100% run, I have to fight it eventually, so I figured I might as well fight it while I'm here. And we did just kill a boss, so let's save. I'm trying to think if there's any other mini-bosses after him. I think he's the last one. It's only major bosses from here on out. So, welcome to Ridley's Hideout. Ooh. I actually didn't mean to do that, but there is a nice shortcut here you can take. Are you beating this game this playthrough? Probably not, because this is a 100% item run. Okay. Careful. There's a fake floor right in front of me. And I want to try and get one of those things that's... one of those souls that's floating around. I want to try and get it when it's going where my wave beam's going. Yeah, see? Fake floor. There we go. Energy tank. I'm probably going to get about halfway abstract, or at least as close as to halfway I can probably get. I will definitely beat the main part of the game in this playthrough. We'll probably save once we're at what is considered the post-game, as far as Metroidvanias can have post-games. Okay. So, we didn't really sequence break by doing that, but what it did allow us to do was it allowed us to skip this. Now, that floor that these guys are jumping on, these guys are called Disgigas, by the way. That floor is destructible. You do not want to be using screw attack in here. Unless you know how to jump cancel like that. But yeah, see? Now, had we fallen, we would have fallen in here and had to walk through all this again. Yes, more super missiles. Okay, this is a save room. We don't need anything in here. Okay, now there's actually a secret in this room, but we'll grab the map first. So Ridley has probably some of the trickiest puzzles that you have to navigate to get pickups. And they do involve chaining shine sparks. So up here, this long, narrow path, we want to use this to build up a speed boost. Oh, I did that wrong. So what you can do to help change shine sparks is if you shine spark into like a slope like this, you'll continue running, and you can maintain your speed boost for longer. Break that and drop on down. Now we want to do a speed boost again going this way. Oh, I messed up. Not quite enough room here to build up a speed boost without walking all the way back here. This is, I'd say, the easier... Oh, come on, I hit down. This one's one of the... I'd say this is probably the second most difficult of the puzzles, because there are 3 puzzles that get you missile tanks in Ridley. Okay, you want to face this way, go straight up, and then immediately move to grab that ledge. So, once you're up here, it's basically a maze of crumble blocks. Ooh, okay, there we go. That's a missile block. Go up here. Okay. I think we want to go up and around this way. There's one thing we can do to make this slightly easier. Destroy all of this stuff. Because there's a... Oops, there we go. Ah! If you're fast enough, you can actually climb through that crumble block without it pushing you down. That's how you're supposed to get in there. Okay. And unfortunately, there really isn't, because for some of these puzzles, there's ways to make them easier if you come back later, but for this one, you really can't. So whether I do this now or do it later, it's still going to be just as difficult. So might as well get it now. Now, I'm basically limited by my missile capacity here, but as long as I don't run out, I should be fine. Okay. She wanting to angle her gun instead of climbing up like I tell her to. Thanks, Samus. There we go. Get that missile tank. Okay, jump up. There we go. Wait for those to come back. Missile, 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 and then wait for those to come back. Boom. 2 missile tanks. Now, if you somehow run out of missiles down there and you need to come back, these guys are like a respawning tube thing that will give you missiles. Just use this to cross right on over. Another missile tank, thank you. Rude! Yeah, the little hornet things in here are really annoying. Actually, wait, I can do this. Okay, I messed that up. I'm gonna have to go this way. Because this is another Shine Spark puzzle. Nope, screwed that up. Okay. Well, it's easier if you approach it from this side anyway. Okay, so we've got another puzzle here that involves chaining Shine Sparks, so let's go ahead and do this one. Now, I'm going to have to do this one again later, but one of the puzzles that this one connects to is a jerk to try and do right now. It's just easier to do it later. Shine Spark. Get up here, and whoosh. Okay. So, this puzzle right here, this is probably the hardest missile tank to get in the game. I'm going to be skipping this. I'll show it once just to show you exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And hey, if I can get it first try, no problem. But if I fail, I'm just going to come back here later because it'll be a lot easier with... Yep. It'll be a lot easier to do with later power-ups, so I'm not going to be too fussed about this particular missile. However, if we go this way... Notice that little notch in the ceiling. You Shine Spark straight up through there. There's another secret up here. So this one's also going to be decided based on your missile count. Because this is a speed booster puzzle. Oh, almost had it. Basically what you have to do is you have to get a speed boost to time your jump just right to clear all these blocks and get to the end. To try and stymie you, there is a single missile block right here that you can't shoot through unless you fire a missile at it, which will stop you dead if you don't destroy it in time. This one is probably the easiest because it's literally just running up to it and shooting a missile and then timing it. And it's only a single missile, so you can have plenty of attempts. Timing's a bit tight, but not impossible. What the hell? Oh, it didn't do that all the way. Too early. Man, I really wish my hands would stop sweating. Why is it so damn hot in here? Ooh, so close. Need to get a little bit closer. It's really tight. Reminds me of the Pokemon RSC mock-like puzzles. I never played those, or at least never got to the point where I needed to use the mock-like puzzles. But yeah, Nintendo likes doing stuff like that. Ooh, close again. It's a little too early. Again, having an input delay also doesn't help. Ah. There we go. The crumbling floors, you have to follow a specific path when moving at max speed or risk falling. Yeah, I think that's in Rayquaza's tower, right? I never got that far. Okay. Now for this, we'll need to do a speed boost to actually get out of here. Thankfully, we can just plow right through the walls. Okay, so let's go down then. I think this is an exit, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's an exit. We can't do anything. Sky Pillar and maybe one other place. Okay. Kill that Disgiga. Now, there are actually like little hidden things down here. Oh, more Disgigas. This down here, this is fake. Got another missile tank. Must have my map clearance. Supposed to come back. Seems I missed a spot over here. I'm gonna boil a little bit, but it's map progress. Okay, now there's actually nested secrets in here. There's a missile tank out in the open, sure. But up here... Oh, ah, it's a super missile. I was close. Spend a super missile to get a super missile. Wall jump? Nope. Okay. I don't think wall jumping continually is going to get me back up there, so I'll just have to come back for that later. Okay, now this one actually shoots. And we get another unknown item. Now you'll notice Ridley wasn't there. He wasn't guarding this. We actually beat him here. Now if we go back here, energy tank. Now I actually do want to fill up here because I want to make sure I have 10 super missiles. Make sure you got the super missiles equipped. Say hello to the game's biggest anticlimax. Despite his fearsome appearance and his role in the lore of Metroid as Samus's Joker, in this game he's actually a joke. Just don't touch his tail, don't touch his arm, and he can't hit you. As long as you aren't too aggressive. He does have some counterattacks, but it's based on how often you hit him or how much damage you do. So as long as you're being patient and just kind of giving time between attacks, that attack right there, that's what you want to watch out for, is the tail attack. If you attack him too often or do too much damage too quickly, he'll counterattack with that. And that's honestly his most dangerous move. Now, something you want to watch out for with Ridley's tail is Ridley's tail can block projectiles. So if you're a bit too far near his back, you might get your missiles blocked. Okay. There we go. He was close to death, so I just decided to go ahead and get him. I apologize to everyone's ears who had to hear that shrieking. Okay, now I'm actually going to go back here because I'm out of super missiles. I might need some on the way out. Oop, that's lava. But yeah, the big things to watch out for with Ridley is just don't hit him too much and don't get grabbed. If you get grabbed, he will hoist you up into the air and try breathing fire in your face. Now, the thing that makes that particular attack dangerous is while he's holding you, even if you block the fire, while he's holding you, you take damage. Yeah, no, I can't get back up there. So I'm going to have to go this way. I believe this way I can actually speed boost through here. And there's a hidden little passageway here that leads to an energy tank. I believe that is the last energy tank in the main areas. I think I've found them all. There are 3 more that I know of, because the max energy you can have in this game is $12.99. And all 3 of them are in extra areas, or what would be considered post-game in any other game. Okay. This guy I actually want to live. He's a bit... Yeah, he's a bit too high. Yeah, he's too high. I have to kill him. There we go. Missile tank. Look at that, we're almost to 200 missiles. And then, so yeah, that's a missile block. And we go through here, pop, we're right down here. Back at the entrance. Now, unfortunately, to get to that item I missed, I'm going to have to backtrack, like, all the way back, and I really don't feel like doing that. So I'll just come back and get that later. If I'm not mistaken, that's a super missile, but I'll just come back and get it. It's not a huge deal. 10 or 12, not a big difference. Now you'll notice this Chozo statue's been destroyed. No hit for you. However, that would take you to finding the screw attack, because you'll see where we end up when we go this way. Going this way is actually faster, because it gets me where I want to go, but at least as far as, like, clearing, like, map clearance and stuff. Take the other little morph ball shooter if you actually want to get closer to where you actually need to go. But you see, right up here again. Let's see, I believe we want to head, yeah, it's more or less just straight across. Though we could actually do something a little bit faster if we go this way. We have to head back to the corridor with the Kirugiro, if I'm not mistaken. That's the wrong way. We need to head down. Let's see, can I go down from here? I'm about to go down and around to do that, but yeah, I can do that. I might as well go ahead and show off this shortcut, because I actually just found out about it during my practice run. So let's go around this way, then. Actually, technically speaking, it probably would be faster to go back the normal way, but I'm committed to it now. By the way, that pillar in particular, that very first one, is destructible. Don't somersault into it if you have screw attack. You will just face dive into lava. Every time you say Chozo, I think Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know what that is. Okay, so from here we can actually do a Shine Spark to shortcut a very massive amount back. If we Shine Spark, I think it's right here? No? No, it's further down, I think. Now, technically, what we can do is, I believe it's right here. No? There's an area you can Shine Spark. Like right here, I think. Right there. Am I thinking this wrong, or am I thinking something else? There's... I remember seeing this. It's in the bubble area. I just don't remember where. Not there. There's a character named Chozo in that anime. It's really popular. Okay. Probably Choso, but... I mean, that makes sense. I don't think it would be that way. Maybe I'm just thinking about this wrong, or I'm in the wrong location. I know it's in the bubble area somewhere. If I could wall jump consistently, that would be nice. Thank you. Oh, it's right here! It's this, I think. Yeah, it's right here. Yeah. If you go here and then do that, there's a speed boost block there. So it's right next to this thing. So yeah, there is something you can do there. I don't know if there's enough room to get a... there might be enough room to get one. I just need to kill this thing. Let's try it. What did I hit? She was on the slope and just, like, arbitrarily lost her speed boost for no reason. Samus, what the hell? Yeah, I actually just found out about this... Damn it! I just found out about this shortcut today. I imagine some speedrunners make really good use of this one. By the way, if you decided to take the chute from down below, you'd get knocked up, shot up here, so... There we go. Right here. Straight up. Boom! You're not gonna grow back? I guess not. Let's see. Norfair. Missing a couple energy or missile tanks. I know where those are, so not too worried about it. I think we've effectively 100%ed Norfair at this point. The only thing I think we're really missing is that one super missile inside Ridley's area. Because otherwise, we're good. My screw attack says hello. You know what? Screw it. I'll just go up. Oh, actually, wait a minute. No. Hang on. There's another shortcut here you can take, actually, if you do manage to do that. I just remembered that. I found out about this one earlier today, too. It's nice how through practice you can... If I could stop just in time to actually get the Shine Spark to hold off for a second. Okay, hold on. I gotta dry my hands off. These are way too freaking sweaty. Oh, disgusting. Also, we have 100% cleared Brinstar. There is no more items in here. Open that door. There we go. I believe we need to be right here. No, next one over. Right here. Haha! Get you up about halfway. Of course, it's not really much of a speedrun strat if you fail at it as much as I do, but... I wanted to screw attack these rippers. There we go. There we go. Go through here. Now that we've killed both Ridley and Kraid, this will open up. And we can head to the final main zone. And the final main zone's gonna have to wait for next time, because we're 2 hours over, and I'm feeling kind of tired, so yeah. We've got this, though. It's not a big area. This is, I'd say, probably roughly the halfway point of the game anyway, so this is a good place to stop. So I'm gonna end the stream here. I appreciate every one of you for watching, and I'll see y'all tomorrow with the next episode. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all then. Have a good night, everybody.